Our first stop is at Samsam Guling and Babi Genyol Ulam Sari. Now, Samsam Guling is a bit like Babi Guling, but they use the pork belly only. You can see all the fat and juiciness on there. This particular place is actually almost to Bedugul. So if you've been to Bedugul before, that main road that goes up the mountain, yeah, it's almost there. Oh, good view. Look at this one. That is a good view. Yeah, nice. It's actually a little bit cloudy and rainy today. Like when I left Sanur, hot as anything. And then halfway, got caught in the storm, and then it's fined up again. Typical sort of in-between season weather where it won't decide what it's going to do. But still, that view's great, isn't it? Okay, so this is what we've got. Massive pile of rice, and then just the selection that I showed you from the front. So a bit of sausage, a bit of pork that's, I don't know, orange. Don't know what that is. Another bit of pork belly style. Some skin. Got some bits of pork under there. You got lawar under there. You got looks pretty good actually. And then that big crunchy crackling. Oh, that's good. That is good. With this, with Babi Guling, like they always give you a lot of rice, and I don't know why, but I just don't really like it very much. All right, I'm going to do that sausage first. Remember in a video I did, probably a month ago now. Well, it might even be, it'd be more than a month ago now. There's a specialty urutan place. This is urutan. Oh, spicy as. That is amazing. Spicy, so herby. Gets caught in the back of your throat a little bit. And big chunks of pork in there. Beautiful. Get a bit of this lawar going, that, like that. Oh, that's spicy. That's good. Eat that pork fat. Oh. You know, it's hard to explain sometimes when the intensity of the flavour is like it is right here. But what I'm tasting is a lot of spiciness, a lot of saltiness, a lot of herbs, just a flavour explosion, and it's just so good. I think it's some of the best food in the world when you have this sort of flavour. I'm not saying this particular dish is the best Babi Guling in the world, but you know, this style is just sensational. Oh, yeah. All right, the skin, the glassy looking skin. Oh, good, real good. I got this without sambal. I got a little side of it because I know with Babi Guling you can sometimes get sambal mixed in it, and it can be, for me, inedible. Oh, so good. This is like a sambal ijo. Oh. Ooh. That sambal actually got a bit of bitterness to it. It is so spicy. You know when sometimes you get a chili and it's a little bit bitter. Ooh, that. Oh, that is spicy. I've got an esjaduk as well. Ooh, that is bad. Bad in a good way. I don't know, it's like, sometimes you don't know whether you're punishing yourself or really getting some enjoyment out of it. When you have some of these sambals, it's, yeah, it's addictive, isn't it, when you have these sambals and they're just killing you, but you love it. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. Sun's come out a little bit now, and that view is sort of opening up a little bit more now as well. So this is a really good place to come if you're on your way up here to Bedugul or to Lovina, which is where we're headed today, actually. We're on our way to Lovina. Because I'm going to stay there a couple of nights and check it out a little bit more in depth than I did last time. I just swung through last time. I want to give it a bit of a more, a bit of a better look. I've been there a long time ago and had a look around as well, but I think things have changed a little bit. So I want to check that out. We're going to keep going. I've got a few other places that I might want to check out before I get there, but it depends on the weather. And I'll show you where we're going to stay tonight. I'm hoping, there's a little guest house that I stayed in 14 years ago, and I'm hoping it's still there, because it was really fantastic then, and I'd love to go back. Oh my God.
this weather. So we came out of that barbecue place and it immediately started pouring down. And then it calmed down a little bit and now it's just got really bad to the point where I just can't go any further. I've got to stop. So I'm stopping at a place called Arunica Coffee up near Dougal again. I mean, I've only travelled like, I don't know, 5K since the previous place, but the roads are flooded and everything. I'm going to give this a go. It actually looks pretty good anyway. I mean, look at that. You know, you can hear that rain on the tin roof there. It is just torrential.
Okay, so here's my coffee. Looks like a fairly decent one. It's only 30,000, which is good. Feels pretty hot. It's actually perfect temperature. Pretty good coffee.
It's absolutely freezing now. The rain's coming down. It's a lovely time up here in the central mountains of Bali. Loving it. This is Bali. This is living.
So I finally arrived in Lovina and I've come back to a place that I wanted to, I've been thinking about for quite a long time, and it's a little guest house I stayed in 14 years ago or 15 years ago for the first time. It's called Harris Homestay. This is it. It's really close to the main beach area, the main restaurant area, like, well, there's probably 100 metres to all those restaurants on the main street there. And I really love it. It's owned by a German lady named Betty, and she's very kind. And they don't use booking.com here. You just roll up, or you can probably call them on the phone if you want. She speaks English and Indonesian and German if you want to speak German as well. I'll just show you the room. So it's very simple style, and that's what I like about it. This is what it looks like. A classic homestay. Classic Balinese homestay from all that time ago. Yeah, a little sheet there to sleep on. A fan, no AC. Yeah, little cupboard to store some stuff in, a little writing desk. And then a simple bathroom with cold water and a flush toilet, Western toilet. Very simple, very simple. I'm not sure what the price is these days, but I have a funny feeling it's pretty cheap. It'll be under 200,000 probably. I will tell you when I find out, but it might not be. Actually, I'll put it on the screen right now, because by the time I edit this video, I'll probably would have paid, and then I'll be able to tell you what it is. I love it. I love the feel of the place. It's very relaxing. What I might do now is have a quick walk outside, show you around this place, and show you what's nearby. And then we might have a bite to eat. Straight outside of Harris Homestay, I heard a lot of cheering and shouting and stuff. And what it is a overseas training centre. Hello. And it's for Kampus Perhotelan and Kapal Pesiar. And basically, if you want to go and learn how to work in hotels and on cruise ships, you can go there. You get your qualifications, and that's your first step to get a good job somewhere. And there's quite a lot of those sorts of places here in Bali, which is so important to their economy. Just show you a little bit more about this road. I don't know what that car's doing there. Old Datsun. Oh, it's part of a hostel. Pretty cool. It's been a while since I've actually explored Lovina properly. I haven't stayed overnight here since 2011. I came through about a few months back. I did a quick sort of rundown on what's going on in Lovina when I was just spinning through on the way from, I think, Pemutaran or something like that. But I want to sort of have a look at it a little bit more deeply. When I was just coming in there, and it looked pretty dead, like no tourists. I saw about 2. So we'll have a little bit more of a look. So these are some of the bars and stuff around here. Like, it's all very close, isn't it? Like a Turkish restaurant and bar. So that's really close to the Harris Homestay. Another big bar over there. I mean, this is Lovina, isn't it? I mean, you've got these big restaurants and bars, but there doesn't seem to be anyone in them. Now, I'm going to come down later tonight and I'll show you what it looks like when it gets a little bit later. So at the moment, it's nearly 5 o'clock and it's still hardly anyone around. I've seen a couple of people. Let's see what else is happening around here. So this is basically the main dolphin statue of Lovina Beach. This is the real centre of Lovina. And that's the view down the beach from Lovina. You can actually walk down there. There's a little bit of a creek there. You can get across that and then keep walking further down the beach quite far. You can go the other way as well, up there. That way is up towards Singaraja, which is not too far away. I think it's 7 or 8 k's or something like that. But it is quite beautiful. The sand here is a black sand beach. I might actually have a bit of a walk down to this creek, see what's going on over there. I know that that creek basically well, it's almost like the border to the main part of Lovina. So from here, anything further down, generally you'll go back up to the main road, cross a bridge, then come over to the other side. Most people when they stay in Lovina, they'll stay really central like I've done. That makes sense. It makes sense. There are a lot of options to stay here, a lot of eating options really central. These days though, a lot of people are also, like people who live here are sort of moving to places that are sort of back up the hill a little bit more, into the sort of more rural areas. Land's a bit cheaper, you can get a bigger block. Build a nice little house up there. What's going on over here? Oh, there's a little bar and grill. It's called Funky Place Beach Bar. Oh, and there's a little bridge across there, across the creek, that you can go across to get to that, which is pretty cool. Oh, nice. Oh, there's a bridge over here. I didn't even see this. But there is some sort of ceremony going on. I hope I don't barge into some sort of temple or something. That bar looks really interesting. I'm not sure how many customers really they get in these places. Like, I'm just not seeing anyone. It's very sad. Oh, that's cool. There's a house over there. I don't know what that's about, if that's a business or someone's supposed to live there, but it's a little bit sort of, I don't know, worse for wear. There's a warung down there, doing a bit of cooking and selling a few things. Oh, I have stumbled into a ceremony somewhere. Well, I won't go in there, but that's happening over there. There's a few warungs. This is part of the bar. The bar's there. Funky people. That's cool, isn't it? And then I'm guessing that goes up to the main road. I might actually take that road. I'll just have a look around here first. Oh yeah, that's just access to the beach on the other side of the creek. I'll actually we'll go for a little walk up this little alleyway, see if we can get to the main road and see what's happening along here. Pura Segara. Interesting. It must be a pretty important temple because they've got little warung set up for people to come and eat it. Okay. This thing. Cafe, bar and hostel. Oh, that looks really cool. That there's part of a hostel. Oh, that looks really cool. So they've got the bar at the front and then they've got the hostel down there in that house that I thought was, well, I didn't know what it was. Oh, that's pretty cool. That looks like a nice little spot, doesn't it? Good artistic vibe, that's for sure. Interesting. What else we got down here? A little alleyway. Someone's house. But again, it looks... I'm not sure if people are living in some of these places. They seem a little bit quiet. Well, this is part of the Funky Place, Funky Bar. Well, that's a big property, isn't it? Really big property. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. Vienna Cafe. An old restaurant. Oh my God, derelict. Over there is a tapas bar or whatever. That looks fairly modern and new. I'm just curious as to how many people eat out at these places. I guess I'll find out tonight, you know. That's one of the things I'm going to do tonight is get a feel for how busy these places, how busy these places are. Yeah, so here we go, back onto this main road again. So this is the main road that most people would know about. Yeah, this one down here. So I'll just walk back down here. It's not far to Harris Homestay. Heaps of bars. The bars just have so many seats in them though. Like you could fit like 100 people in each of the bars that are here, and there's just so many of them, you know. That's the interesting thing. There's a few people around. Like I've probably seen 10 foreigners now. A few little knick-knack shops, clothing shops, which is pretty normal. And then I'm back here, which is where I'm staying down this road. Decided to go out to dinner tonight and have a bit of Italian, a bit of pizza. Oh, nice little cat over there. How cute. Hello. It's gone. Yeah, gonna have a bit of a bite out of the pizza place. It's got a pretty good rating. I'll check it out. I hope it's good. I think it might be. But actually, if you look along this little alleyway that I'm walking along, the view's pretty cool along here. Look at that. So that's really, when I think of Lovina, that's the Lovina that I love. It's that, you know, straight up the lowlands and then straight up the hill, starts going up the hill, further up, further up. You can get pretty high up there before the road gets really dodgy. It's quite nice up there. Problem is, if you stay up there and, like say if you stay in a hotel or a guest house or whatever, you need your own transport. You can't be, you know, well, you could get cabs around the place, but yeah, having your own transport's really handy when you're up in a place like that, unless you're only staying there for a short period of time, in which case you could nick up and back. Let's go and check this place out. It's called Tunda Pizza, wood-fired pizza. Just came in as a guy sleeping on the floor, which is not a good start. And because it's a pizza restaurant, decided to get myself a pizza. This is a capricciosa pizza. It looks good. You see that nice chewy crust? Apparently the owner is Italian, so you can be confident that this is going to be a good pizza. Let's check it out. It's actually come straight out of the oven, so I'm going to burn the roof of my mouth, I know that. That's good pizza. It's very good pizza. That ham is excellent ham, proper ham. An excellent pizza. If that pizza was in Sanur, that would be one of my favourite pizzas in all of Sanur, for sure. It's very good. So come to this place, Tunda Pizza, an Italian restaurant. A little bit outside the main centre, but within walking distance of the main centre of Lovina. Well, that was an unreal meal. 265,000. We had 2 mains, so we had a pizza and some arancini and a couple of drinks. Pretty good value, I reckon. The thing about that place is that as time went on, that place started getting pretty full. And it's a really interesting point because when we first arrived in Lovina, like we did last time, it felt dead. I felt, it's getting a bit dark now, I felt that this place is dead. You know, at about sort of 3, 4 o'clock, it's just, everyone's gone back to their rooms and there's just no one around. But sort of around the 7 o'clock mark, everyone's coming out to dinner. Oh, hello, you got a little dog here. Coming out of the dark. Everyone's coming out to dinner, well, at least to this place, and it just feels quite lively, which is really, really good because I was afraid that that place with its fantastic food may have suffered from a lack of customers, but clearly people know what the good places are. Now, I don't know if I can get that on camera, but up on the hill there, the hill is lit up with lots of houses up on the hill there, and it looks beautiful. I'm going to walk back into the centre of town now and see if that's sort of livened up as well. So I have a sneaking suspicion that now it's sort of like 7:30, that it may well have really livened up. All right, I've got to try and cross this road. Let's go. We're crossing over here. Across the road there is a place called Rana Tapas, and it looks pretty busy. Hello, how you going? No, I've already eaten. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, look at that, Rana. Now that is almost full, that place. That's packed. That gets good ratings on like Google, so I'm assuming it's a really good one as well. So I guess the big question is, are these bars and restaurants along these main roads in Lovina going to be busy? And are they going to be filled with tourists or people who live here? Well, that's the first place. It's called Poco Lounge and Bar. There's no customers there, which is interesting. There's a couple of people at Ziggy's, a few people here at the Lumbung restaurant, but fairly quiet, to be honest. Yeah, it's fairly quiet, but the street looks lively. Like, it's all lit up quite nice and the shops are all open. I'm just not seeing that many people around, that many customers. It's a little bit interesting, isn't it? Akar is sort of not got any customers in there. And I know that place is actually pretty good. I went to that place, I think, 15 years ago. Susan's going back to the room. I'll do a spin around the block. See what we can see here. That place doesn't really have any people in it either. Oh, I'll go down to the beach and see what's along the front here. Oh, that Kakatua seems to have a couple of people in there. Not many, it's pretty quiet as well. Yeah, so that's interesting. Very interesting. Those two places that I mentioned back up on the main North Bali Road were much, much busier and more vibrant than the few places along this main section of Lovina here towards the beach. Sounds like someone's doing karaoke down on the beach. I'm gonna have to check this out. Here we go, the guy is doing a bit of karaoke down on the beach. I just saw some lightning out there as well over the ocean, which is great. I noticed that funky hostel or bar or whatever has some fire dancing down on the beach. So there is some stuff going on here. I actually quite like it in a lot of ways. It's just got a weird feel about it. That makes me a little bit uneasy. I don't know why. I do like it. Oh, this little bar on the corner has quite a few people in there. Yeah, I guess the thing that I was sort of thinking to myself was that the thing that makes me feel a little bit weird is that a place like this, you can imagine with, say, 5 times the amount of visitors coming to it and being a lot more lively and a bit more, we're just feeling a little bit better. And I guess not having the number of tourists here that, you know, that sustain a place gives a bit of a rundown feel. There is a little bit of a rundown feel in some of the places. Some of those bars don't have any customers and they may not have a customer all night. So how do they survive? You can't invest in new stuff, in new plans, new concepts. Makes it quite difficult, I think. Hello. You know, there are a lot of similarities between Lovina and a place like Chandidasa, which also suffers from a lack of tourists. And it creates these dead zones in the town where you sort of wish there were more tourists to sort of visit them and keep them up afloat so they could modernise and that sort of thing. But because the tourists just aren't there, you get this really, a little bit run down feel. It's a little bit sad, really. Yeah, that place has only got 2 people in there, like 1 table. And this place has only got 1 customer in it as well. And look, they both look like decent places as well. They've got a bit of live music on them. And you could imagine them with, say, 20 or 10 tables filled in there, and that'd be a lot more appealing. Just walked past Warong Apple. That seemed to have a few people in it, like 4 or 5 tables were eating there, which is positive. So I guess there are a few places that are favourites with visitors here, which I'm a little bit unfamiliar with. This place has got 1 table of customers and then 2 tables of staff. Oh, that's a bit sad, isn't it? Crepe shop has got no customers. I mean, tourism is seasonal as well, isn't it? You know, you're not always going to have a lot of tourists all the time, and maybe I could easily see in the European high season this being a lot busier because it's a lot more of a, well, it's a place that Europeans favour more than other nationalities. I think that's the sort of feel that I get. Samina, that seems to have quite a few tables in it as well, so that's popular. So it's not as dead as I was sort of saying. It's quite dead, but there is patches of liveliness. As I was saying before, I quite like it. I think you've got to come here with the right mindset. You've got to realise that this place is what Bali was like a long time ago, sort of trapped in time a little bit. And if you long for those days, you know, maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, yeah, more than 20, maybe 30 years ago, this has got it. It just doesn't have all the visitors that maybe it once did. And Chandidasa is a similar place to that, where it's a bit old school, you know, and it's kind of nice. So I've just sort of almost done a loop. So you just come up this road and it goes up to the main road across the north of Bali. It goes from Singaraja all the way down in the end to Gilimanuk, which is at the far western tip of Bali. So it's really on the main northern road, Lovina. Last time I came to Lovina, I went to this place, Warong Ayu. I thought that was pretty good. I actually liked it. I said, oh, there's a few people. They've probably got 5, 6 tables of people in there. So Obviously, it's a place that people like. I liked it. It has a very old school feel about it. But you know what? That old school feel, when there's a few customers there and they've got a bit of turnover, you know the food's fresh, feels good, feels good. That place I really like. I'd recommend that again as a sort of old style warung to go to. So I'm on the main North Road of Bali. I actually thought there might be some businesses up here that might be doing a bit of tourism stuff. And there really isn't. I mean, they've got one of these Bali made in Bali places. Yeah. All for $3.99. Hang on. Wasn't that, when I first started doing these videos, I think that was all for $2.99. I think the price has gone up 100,000. I don't think that's very good value anymore, actually, all for $3.99. I actually just stopped at this place at Mid-Square to get an ice cream. That's that Chinese brand, and these shops are all over Indonesia. Even in a small little suburban housing complex that I used to live in Bandung in West Java, they had one of these, and it was really popular. And it's mainly because the ice creams and drinks there are dirt cheap. They're everywhere, those places. That's on the main road. This guy's selling durians. Enak ya. The guy's selling durians on the side of the road. You can smell it too. Hey, that place is, I just walked past that place there. It's called the Central Lovina. That's pretty busy. Actually, a lot of people in there. Well, what an interesting evening. I've really enjoyed looking around Lovina as it gets further and further into the night, seeing what's going on, which places are busy, which aren't. It's not completely dead, which is what my assumption was at, you know, about 4 or 5 o'clock. It does get a little bit livelier in some spots, and you've got to pick your spots. I really like this old school feel here in Lovina. There is something a little bit strange that it's not as popular as you might expect, but you sort of get over that a little bit. And I think when you come and stay at a place like Lovina, you've got to come here with that in mind, that it is quiet and it is old school. And if that's what you're looking for, it's absolutely perfect. Thanks for coming along for the ride today, and thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Bali and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.